Imagine building the most advanced machine ever, launching it to space, and then tossing it after one use. That was the reality for decades. But then NASA changed the game with the Space Shuttle, part rocket, part airplane, part delivery truck. Today we're diving into the secrets and science behind this engineering icon. From its design to the wild physics of re-entry, let's uncover what made the Shuttle legendary. Buckle up, Shuttle secrets are about to launch. Before the Shuttle, rockets were single-use, expensive and wasteful. NASA needed a vehicle that could launch, work in space, and return for another mission. Enter the Space Shuttle orbiter. It blasted off like a rocket, landed like a plane, and could be reused. Suddenly, spaceflight became more routine, with a fleet: Columbia, Challenger, Discovery, Atlantis, Endeavour, flying mission after mission. This reusability let us build, repair, and work in space, not just visit. It was the ultimate recycling project, paving the way for today's commercial spaceflight. The Shuttle's core idea: don't throw away your spaceship, bring it home. The Shuttle's giant orange external tank was the only major part not reused. It held over 500,000 gallons of super-cold fuel, feeding the engines for the first 8 minutes of flight. Once empty, it was jettisoned and burned up in the atmosphere, a necessary sacrifice for reaching orbit. The tank's orange color? That's the natural foam insulation, not paint. While the boosters splashed down for recovery, the tank was designed to be lost every time. It was the backbone of every launch, even if it never made it home. The Shuttle wasn't just a delivery truck, it was a space mechanic. Its payload bay could launch, capture, and repair satellites. The Hubble Space Telescope's blurry vision? Fixed by Shuttle astronauts in orbit, turning disaster into triumph. Astronauts performed complex spacewalks, installing new instruments and upgrades. Thanks to the Shuttle, we could fix and improve our tools in space, not just hope for the best. Hubble's success proved the value of in-orbit servicing. The Shuttle made space a workshop, not just a destination. Each Shuttle was built from over 2.5 million parts. Every screw, tile, and wire had to be perfect. It faced wild temperature swings, violent launches, and the vacuum of space. Redundancy was key: 5 computers, multiple backups for every critical system. Pre-flight checks were epic, with teams inspecting every inch. The Shuttle's complexity was a tribute to the engineers who made it possible. Every mission was a test of precision and teamwork. In space, there's no roadside assistance. Everything had to work. The Shuttle's 3 main engines were marvels: efficient, powerful, and reusable. Each engine generated over 400,000 pounds of thrust, running on super-cold hydrogen and oxygen. Turbopumps spun at 35,000 revolutions per minute, handling temperatures from -423 degrees Fahrenheit to over 6,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Built from exotic alloys, they could be throttled and steered mid-flight. These engines set new standards for rocket technology. They were inspected and reused, a first for such high-performance engines. The Shuttle's engines were the heart of its power and innovation. The Shuttle was the first spacecraft to carry a crew of 7, like a minivan for space. The upper flight deck was packed with controls. The middeck was home for eating, sleeping, and experiments. Astronauts floated in sleeping bags, sharing a compact but functional space. Larger crews meant more hands for complex missions, repairs, science, and building the ISS. The Shuttle opened space to a wider range of people and expertise. It was a true people mover, not just a cargo hauler. The Shuttle program ran for 30 years, flying 135 missions. It launched satellites, repaired Hubble, and built the International Space Station. The first flight in 1981 was a leap into the unknown. The last in 2011 closed an era. The Shuttle saw triumphs and tragedies, but its legacy is unmatched. It was the workhorse of American spaceflight for a generation. The Shuttle bridged the gap between Apollo and the future. Its story is one of ambition, risk, and relentless progress. To stay in orbit, the Shuttle had to reach 17,500 miles per hour, 5 miles per second. That's New York to LA in 12 minutes. This speed kept it in constant freefall around Earth, creating weightlessness. Astronauts weren't floating because there's no gravity. They were falling with the Shuttle. The ascent from 0 to orbital speed took just 8.5 minutes. Once in orbit, the engines shut off and the Shuttle coasted at unimaginable speed. Spaceflight is all about velocity, and the Shuttle delivered. The Shuttle's crowning achievement? Building the International Space Station, Its payload bay carried massive modules and solar arrays piece by piece. Astronauts used the robotic arm and spacewalks to assemble the ISS in orbit. 37 shuttle missions made the station possible. The ISS stands as a monument to international teamwork and shuttle engineering. Without the shuttle, the ISS wouldn't exist. Re-entry was brutal. Temperatures soared to 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The shuttle's armor? 24,000 black silica tiles, each a custom-made insulator. They could be red-hot on one side, cool to the touch on the other. Every tile was unique, fitted and inspected after every flight. The heat shield let an aluminum spacecraft survive the fires of re-entry. The loss of Columbia was a tragic reminder of how critical this system was. The tiles were fragile, but they made repeated spaceflight possible. The space shuttle was more than a machine. It was a symbol of human ambition. Its reusable design, complexity, and achievements changed space forever. The shuttle inspired millions and paved the way for today's space exploration. What shuttle fact amazed you most? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like and subscribe for more science adventures. Thanks for watching, and keep exploring.